Hello folks, this is that dog guy again for the sounding board. Mike has me doing more work than what I should be doing. Why? Because he's out eating things like sweet corn. And when he's not eating sweet corn, he's trying to audition for Sharknado the musical. Him and his loyal sidekick, Robbie. Yes, they want to sing in front of a musical audience and dance as sharks. And that's pretty sad. But let's talk about another sad thing. The breakup of Disney and Sony about Spider-Man and profit margins. This week, Sony and Disney were trying to negotiate a deal about Spider-Man film and keeping their teamwork together. It didn't work out. How so, might I add? Is because it's like a drug dealer. They give you a little taste of something good, and then they get control of you. Basically, that's what it seems like Disney did to Sony. They got the Spider-Man, helped them get the Spider-Man pictures back online, get them correctly done, and then all of a sudden, like that, they decided they want more, which is control of Spider-Man. As long as the Marvel Cinemaverse existed, Disney has always wanted Spider-Man back, but Sony wouldn't let the property go. But Sony couldn't get the property to work correctly. So Disney said, let's join together and work together as a team and bring Spider-Man back home. Which they did. But now that Spider-Man turned out to be successful, Disney is now starting to put the thumbscrews on Sony. Since Disney is asking for 50% of all the ticket sales of all the Spider-Man films, which would make it hard for Sony to make a profit on a Spider-Man film. When the original deal was Disney would only get 5% of Sony's profits from the films for their help and being part of the Marvel Universe. So basically, as the stocks showed this week, the drop in price, it scared some people. And I think Disney is hoping that the stock goes down enough where they can get controlling interest of the board. In which case, then they can vote Spider-Man to be sold back to them. Or other nefarious things. And it all be legal because there's no proof that Disney had some hand in the stock gouging. Even the actor who plays Spider-Man, Tom Holland, isn't happy with some of basically Sony's decisions. He feels Disney should be a part of Spider-Man's life. He's even removed Sony from his Instagram, according to some of the rumors. And one of the big things that really upset Sony was the fact that Kevin Feige said he was going to help him. And then all of a sudden, he lets a release saying, or Disney lets a release saying, no, I can't help you. I will be working now on sorting through all the Marvel properties we own, as well as Disney's newly acquired 20th Century Fox acquisitions. Yes, it might be true he's working on the properties, but at the same time, too, why would one minute he release one statement, and then change after another? Is Disney playing political games, blockading Sony, so then it will scare them into either giving them what they want for the Spider-Man films or giving them Spider-Man altogether? The worst part of this conundrum is the Marvel fans. First off, what is a Marvel fan? Are we talking about people that love the comic books or people that just love the movies because everyone else loves the movies, because everyone on Facebook loves it, so they have to love it so they don't have to be left out. But everyone is panties are in an uprise about this, that Sony should concede and let Disney be a part of Spider-Man's life. Let him breathe in the Marvel Universe. And they are right about that. He needs to be in the Marvel Universe. But they are wrong in how they are pointing it out. When you have actors like Jeremy Renner come in and say, Sony, you should give Disney Spider-Man because he deserves to be in the Marvel Universe. You start getting the star power. Then you got Ryan Reynolds coming in saying, I would like to do a Spider-Man and Deadpool crossover. Then you have a sex gel coming out and putting an ad like this up to boycott Spider-Man. To basically say, do not go to the Spider-Man movies because Sony is wrong in how they're controlling their property. Well, I guess if it worked for Sonic the Hedgehog, they look at it that it can work for them, and when they have major backers as well as the fan group, they have power over Sony. But one person who does agree with the boycott of Disney from Sony is Stan Lee's daughter, because she believes that Disney as well as Marvel, when her father passed away, treated him unfairly and bad. And that's a legitimate reason to say, hey, don't trust these guys. They're inhuman. But in the end, it's all about finances. It's all about the dollar. You know, the money, money, money. Since it doesn't really matter what the fans say, it doesn't matter what the celebrities say, it matters where the dollars are going. And that's the most important part of this problem. Who's getting the golden goose? And who's just getting goosed? I could be doing a video about why it's bad like everybody else. But why should I do that kind of shit? It just creates hysteria and it's not really truthful. Basically, Spider-Man was reinvented in the Marvel Universe. We know that. We know that his origin is tied with now Tony Stark. We also know that Happy is his watcher. And in the second film, I guess Samuel L. Jackson takes over Nick Fury. Kind of like in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. Also, too, rumors were floating around that Tobey Maguire would be putting the suit on in the new Doctor Strange movie. Will that happen? We'll see. We'll see if this mess clears itself up quickly and quietly, which it hasn't, because everyone has been poking their fingers in it, saying, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, but never looking at the facts. They're just looking at what they want to see, what they want to hear, never asking, what is the entire premise of this? And the entire premise is business. But to trade off with business, like fandom, is there's certain puerile images and stuff we like to look at. Like a lot of people dressing as Mary Jane in the Spider-Man costume. Ugh. Now I would buy that for $1. This is another edition of the Sounding Board by that dull guy. I'm getting really tired of having shitty animation. So, if you can please ask Monster Mike to give me some nice animation one day. Put it in the comments. That would be grateful. Bye bye. Don't worry, Monster Mike. I am coming soon, and I will save you. All hail the Monster Mike.